dear ladies and gentlemen. First, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to talk about Belarus, my home country. In 2020, so-called president of Belarus rigged the presidential elections for the 6th time in a row. Thousands of people went out on the streets peacefully protest peacefully. President Putin knew that Lukashenko had no support from the people of Belarus. However, he was the first one to recognize Lukashenko as a president-elect, and he allocated $1.5 billion in cash for Lukashenko. Lukashenko spent this money on his punitive machine to beat, to torture, to murder Belarusians, to humiliate, so we give up our fight. Today, 4 years later, after these rigged elections, the situation in Belarus has significantly worsened. Our country was dragged to the war against Ukraine. For us, it's a disaster, because each and every Belarusian have a family member in Ukraine. We have friends, we have colleagues, we have just relatives. There are more than 1,500 political prisoners in Belarus now. Out of this number, 200 are female. More than 500 women are stayed in the prisons, under home arrest. About 45,000 people went through illegal imprisonment. This is the absolute record for any European country in the 21st century. At least 23 people already died or murdered in Belarus prisons. 2 out of major presidential candidates, Viktor Babaryka and Sergei Tikhanovsky, have been staying in the prison since 2020. My husband, Veronica Tsepkalo, was sentenced to 17 years in absentia. Several months ago, 4 criminal charges were initiated against me, including conspiracy to seize power in unconstitutional way, creation of extremist formation, which is Belarus Women's Foundation, slander against the President of Republic of Belarus, and Belarus discreditations. These accusations are completely nonsense. Now I face up to 20 years in Belarus prison. We have not heard any information from our prominent political prisoners for more than a year. I don't know anything about Maria Kolesnikova, who is my sister in arms and who was part of female trio back in 2020. We have no information about Viktor Babaryka, Sergei Tikhanovsky, Nikolai Statkevich, Maxim Znak, and many, many other prominent political prisoners. We don't even know if these people are still alive or they share the same fate as Mr. Navalny of Russia. At least 300,000 Belarusian people had to flee the country to save their lives and freedoms. We believe this number could be up to 1 million Belarusians. The regime creates new ways to fight democratic leaders and human fighters. Just to give you my family example, first, our apartment was completely destroyed. All our furniture, all our belongings, beds, curtains, built-in closets, family pictures, everything was destroyed first. Our house laid in ruins after their visit. This is the first time in Belarus history when regime started to sell our real estate, and this is a very serious sign. UN did a great job by collecting the testimonies of the women and of the men, of the victims of Lukashenko regime. Do not keep these testimonies and evidences for yourself. Help us to open and initiate the criminal case against Lukashenko. This will put enormous pressure on him and bring Belarus and Ukraine closer to victory. Long live Belarus and glory to Ukraine. Thank you.